Hey there, this is Dimes for Dollars, and today I have another 4-box penny hunt. In our last hunt, we were able to score a bunch of really nice finds out of those 4 boxes, and I'm really excited to have 4 boxes again. We checked the top of this one, and it is indeed circulated, so that's a good sign. I will push these other 3 boxes aside, and we'll get into it. We'll be looking for wheat pennies, Indian head cents, Canadian cents, and errors. So let's get into it. Roll number 4, and we're going to have our first wheat cent here, but it's just going to be a common one. Still a wheat penny though, 1957 Denver. Roll number 6, and we're going to have wheat cent number 2 here, 1946 Denver. Roll 15, and we're going to have wheat cent number 3 here. And it looks like it's in really good shape. It's probably a newer one, so let's see. Yep, 1957 Denver. It's going to be number 3 on the box. And let's keep on hunting. Roll number 20, and we have wheat cent number 4 here. And that's going to be a 1956 Philadelphia. Roll 41, and it's been a pretty slow box in terms of wheat pennies, but we have one right here. It's a 1946 Philadelphia. Well, same roll, we also had a 1946 San Francisco hiding out in there. So that's nice. That puts us at 6 now. We got 9 rolls left in this first box. We got 3 boxes left to go. I'll bring you in on our next find. Alright, well that's it for box 1. We ended up with 6 wheat pennies, 2 57Ds, a 56, and 3 46s. We also got some shiny copper, and some S-mints, and 2 Canadians, one of which is the Centennial Bird Cent. So that's pretty cool. We got 3 boxes left to go. I'll flip this one over. If there's any enders, I'll bring you in. Otherwise, I'll bring you in on our first find. 9 rolls into box 2 now, and we have our first wheat cent here, 1958 Denver. Roll 12, and we finally have another wheat cent here. I also want to mention, a lot of these rolls are pretty new. They're all 2021 Denvers, so it's not looking too good for wheat pennies, but we did get one here. It is a 1956 Denver, so that'll make one more for the hunt now. And let's see what else we can find. Roll 28, and we have another wheat cent here, and it's in pretty nice shape for being from 1955. It's a 1955 Denver. Well, we've now completed 2 boxes. We have a total of 9 wheat cents, mostly 50s and a few 40s. Definitely under the usual amount, but I'll still take it. It's still wheat cents, it's awesome. We got some copper cents, we got 4 Canadians, and we got a whole stack of S-mint and memorial cents. So we still have 2 boxes to go. I have high hopes that maybe we'll get more wheat cents, and maybe we'll find something old. So either way, let's get into it. I'll pop the tops. If I find anything, you know the drill, I'll bring you in. Otherwise, I'll bring you in on our first find. Roll number 3 now, and we have our first wheat cent of this 3rd box, and that's going to be a 1958 Denver. We're now at roll 12, and we have another wheat cent here. This time it's a 1956 Denver. Roll 17, we have wheat cent number 3 here, and it looks to be old. Nice and slick on the reverse. 1919. Over 100 years old. And that's wheat cent number 3 on the hunt now for this 3rd box. And we still have plenty of rolls to go. Hopefully we'll find some more nice old finds. Roll number 22, and we've got a good roll here. We have 2 wheat cents. We have one right here, 1946 San Francisco, and we have one back here. And that's a 1944 San Francisco. So 2 40s finds now. Awesome, let's keep hunting. Roll number 38, and we have another wheat cent here. Looks to be a little worn too, so let's see what this date is. And it's just going to be a 1951 Denver. Still, it's one more wheat cent for the hunt. Let's keep going. Roll 40, and we got another wheat cent here. And that's going to be a 1944 Philadelphia. Very next roll, and we've got another wheat cent here. 1954 San Francisco. We also have two foreigns. We have a 74 Canadian and a 2006 Bahamas that has a starfish on it. 3 rolls from the end, and we got another wheat cent. This one is a 1957 Denver. Well, very last roll of box 3, and we're going to end off with another good one. We have a 1937 San Francisco. That makes pre-40s number 2 for the hunt. Both in the 3rd box. Hopefully this 4th box is a continuation of that box. So let's get into it, and I'll bring you in on our next find. Roll number 5, and we've got a wheat cent here. It's a little corroded. Let's see what the date is. 1946 Philadelphia. Alright, let's get back to the hunt. 15 rolls into box 4 now, and we have another wheat cent here. And that's a 1949 Denver. Roll number 18, we got another wheat cent. This time it's a 1954 Denver. Roll number 19, and we have another wheat cent. And that one's going to be a 1953 San Francisco. Roll number 21, and we have a wheat cent here. And it's in pretty good shape. Let's see what the date is. 1955 Denver. Well, later on in the same roll there was a second one there. It's a last year wheat cent, 1958 Denver. Roll 33, we got another wheat cent here. This time it's a 1950 Denver. Roll 38, and it's not a wheat cent, but it's a nice old Canadian, 1940. That's a King George VI. I don't see very many of these, so that's a nice find. These last few rolls have also produced a Younghead 1960 Canadian, and this whole stack here of more common Canadians. So not a wheat cent, but still a nice find. Very next roll, and we've got a wheat cent, and this one is a 1953 San Francisco. 5 rolls from the end now, and we've got a 1956 Denver wheat penny. Alright, well that's going to do it for the hunt. So I'm back with a wrap up now. We got 108 S-Minute Memorial cents, including 6 really nice ones here. From 69 to 72 S. We also got 14 other shiny copper cents that weren't S-Mint. We did get a whole bunch of Canadians. We got 18 in total, including one that was a 1960, one that was a 2010. It's in pretty good shape, and I think those later years are kind of rare since they discontinued in 2012. And then we got that 1940 King George VI. We also got one Bahamas, and we had 18 from the 50s wheat pennies, we had 8 from the 40s, and we had 2 old finds. We had a 1937 S and that 1919 Philadelphia. Now, while this hunt wasn't nearly as productive as that last hunt where we had $100, I definitely had a lot of fun with it. We still got some nice old finds and some nice shiny copper, and including even a nice Canadian cent. So I'm really happy with it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.